So here we've exposed a couple of endpoints, right, that allows us to retrieve questions for a quiz, allows us to retrieve all the quizzes. Now for the questions, right, we had only implemented the endpoint that allows us to retrieve the questions for a given quiz, but the service actually supports many other use cases, right? Not only retrieve the questions for a given quiz, but we can retrieve a particular question if we know its ID, or retrieve all the questions. So find all the questions, that's easy, right? We can, back in the controller, we can ask for all the questions, meaning regardless of what quiz you're looking at, I want all the questions, right? So meaning I don't need I don't need to know what context for what question for what quiz I'm in. I'm asking for all the questions, right? Regardless of what the quiz might be. So the endpoint might look something like this, right? So we have API. So these are all the questions, right? I'm not asking. I'm not, regardless of what quiz I belong to, I want all the questions. So we have here the request, we have the response, and here what we're going to return, right, is we're going to say response.json, right? We're going to respond whatever the service gives us, and if we find all the questions, there we go, right? And if I want a specific question, right, a specific question, we might the URL might look something like this, right? We have API questions, right, and then a specific question. Now, again, this is irrespective of what quiz I'm inside, right? So there's no need to prepend, right, the fact that it is for a specific quiz. So if we have questions and then we provide the question ID here, right, we can parse the request and response here, and then we can use the service that we have implemented earlier, right, where we can call the service and find a particular question by its ID. And where is the ID? The ID is in the parameters, right? So we can do request.params, and we're looking for this question ID, and pass it here as an argument to retrieve that one parameter, right? Okay, so let's try that out. Let's stop the server. Let's try it again. And if we go back, oops, if we go back here, let's see, we can ask for the questions for 2, 3, 4. These are all the questions. Or we can ask for specific questions, maybe question 2, 3, 4, right? There we go. It's the mapping is this one, right? So it's last 2, 3, 4. There we go. We have 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, right? So we have all the questions, and we can retrieve each individual questions by its unique identifier. Or if you want all the questions, you can just not provide the ID, and this returns all the questions, right? And there's tons of questions from in our particular array. Okay.